change. I'm for fighting it, certainly, yes.
So are you aware then that China is the largest emitter of CO2?
Yes.
Oh, welcome to an exile.
And are you aware that China is responsible for 90% of the plastics in the oceans come from 4 rivers in China? Are you aware of that?
I didn't know that statistic, but I'm not surprised by it.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is testifying before this House Appropriations Committee on energy. He has no plan on supply chain, dealing with EVs, their own laws and regulations, no plan. This guy's an infant. Watch him get spanked.
Well, are you aware also that China is the largest violator of fishing regulations and laws?
Yes.
And of course, you're also aware of critical minerals.
Yes.
Are you aware that China controls, either directly or indirectly, more than 62%, in many cases, the preponderance or absolute control of critical minerals?
A condition we are working hard to change in this administration.
This administration has no plan. They are not working hard to change it. They're closing down mines. They're not opening up new mines. Their goal is to work with other poor third world countries to exploit their illegal labor to create our batteries for the EV demands that they're saying we have to reach by 2030.
And I'm going to ask you further about that. But critical minerals, as you know, is also required for EV.
Indeed.
Seems to be that cobalt, lithium, in some cases germanium, is absolutely required for EV. And are you aware that to meet the demands today, that the U.S. would have to increase mining by 2,000% for 20 years to reach the demands today?
Well, the chemistry of our batteries has not completely stabilized in a way that I think can be fully predicted for the next year.
They also won't provide for the nuclear power it's going to take to create enough energy to be able to convert all of the Los Angeles traffic into electric vehicles, because they just have this wishful magic thinking, and reality doesn't work that way. Their faith, they have a belief system and a magic faith. Their pagan religion is not going to work in reality.
There may be
but
innovation.
there's no question that we're going to
right now.
Yeah, there's no question that we're going to need to
no
source
question.
more minerals, both domestically and from friendly countries.
Well, and that's the catch.
Hoping we're reliant on China, and yet we're saying we're going to beat China. All China has to do any day is just cut off our access to cobalt.
We all want cleaner, better, more efficient. But your stated goal, and President Biden's stated goal, and my stated goal, and certainly President Trump's was the same, is that we seek energy independence. We seek energy dominance so we're not held hostage by foreign entities.
And our lithium ion battery situation is done. And Pete says, oh, we'll innovate, we'll create something, maybe someday. But in the meanwhile, you've not created the policy. They're setting up America to fail.
Indeed.
Well, how do you get to be energy independent when the components of EV today are all controlled by China?
And Pete Buttigieg is way over his head. He's sitting there like a boy. Yeah, I swear we're going to plan. But this guy who's questioning him has gravitas and smells a BSer.
And we're not moving forward on securing the supply chain, but we're moving forward on solar cells.
Well, again, the Department of
solar
Energy
cells made in China.
It'd be much easier to answer.
So how are you going to
question
figure this out?
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. They're not going to figure it out. It will never happen. And right now they're pushing solar cells that are being made in China. This isn't going to work, and China is meanwhile getting to enjoy the benefits of polluting, creating 90% of the pollution. All of these global climate change people will not touch China. The Democrat plan is not going to work. They're not serious. Even if you are an environmentalist, they're not serious. They won't fix it. They won't help you. You have a better shot with Republicans than you do Democrats. They're all talk and no go, and I'm Doug in Exile.